So if you're someone who actually cares about your health, you try to eat well, you want to move your body, you're doing your best to keep some kind of routine, but you still struggle to stay consistent, and when you fall off track, you end up blaming yourself and feeling like you're failing, I see you, I hear you, and I made this video for you. Because building healthy routines and habits isn't just about knowing what to do. Things like information, checklists, recipes, on their own, they're often not enough. For a long time, as I was working on staying healthy, like eating well, moving my body, trying to keep consistent routines, I kept running into the same pattern. I'd be doing pretty well, and then life would happen. I'd miss a few days, I'd fall off track, and instead of just picking back up, I'd go straight to guilt and blame. My inner dialogue sounded something like this.
Why can't you just stick with this?
You know better than this.
Other people manage this. What's wrong with you?
You're not doing enough.
And I truly believed the solution was about pushing just a little harder to fix my body, to be more disciplined, to strengthen my willpower. But the thing is, the harder I tried to fix myself, the more exhausted and unmotivated I felt. And the more this cycle repeated, the more stuck I became. My weight stayed the same, my body felt stiffer, and I found myself relying on quick fixes, only to end up right back where I started. And then I'd push myself into another grinding cycle around of,
Okay, this time I'll really do it right.
stricter diets, harder workouts, more rigid rules, more self-blame, more disappointment. You see how it keeps going, right? At some point, I had a realization, and it came from watching my child struggle in a school sport. They were trying really hard, but feeling overwhelmed and discouraged and unmotivated after a few attempts that didn't go right. And I remember thinking as a parent, would I push them harder? Would I tell them they were failing or not good enough? Of course not. I encouraged them. I reassured them with kindness. I supported them with structure and baby steps that would actually help them succeed. And that was a really big moment for me, because that's when I stopped trying to fix myself and I started caring for myself the way I would care for a child. That shift, moving away from self-blame and towards self-compassion, changed everything. Now, I want to pause here for a second because I know how this can sound. Kindness, softness, care. It can feel a little fluffy. Like, how do we actually do it? So stay with me, because this isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about understanding what actually creates consistency on a deeper level and how to practice it in a real and a grounded way. This becomes especially important in midlife when we're already carrying so much, like navigating perimenopause, supporting kids as they grow up, caring for aging parents, managing stress and responsibilities that just keep piling on. We've been taught that willpower is the key to change. That if we just want something badly enough, or try hard enough, or stay disciplined enough, we'll finally get it right. But willpower is a limited resource. It's like a muscle. It gets tired. And when your nervous system, your hormones, your stress levels, and responsibilities are already stretched, relying on willpower alone is actually exhausting. So when willpower runs out, something else takes over: self-blame.
I didn't try hard enough.
I wasn't disciplined enough.
I never figured this out.
But self-blame doesn't motivate change. It shuts it down. You push yourself, you override your needs, you fall off track, then you criticize yourself, and you push harder. And eventually your system just says,
I can't do this anymore.
that's not a personal failure. It's your body asking for a different approach. This is where self-compassion comes in. And again, this isn't about being indulgent or lowering your standards. It's about changing the way you relate to yourself when things aren't perfect. And instead of turning against yourself, you stay in conversation like you would with a child. You get curious instead of critical. You support yourself instead of shaming yourself. And that's what creates consistency, because when you feel supported, you're more likely to keep going. One simple way to practice this is the next time the critical voice shows up, especially when you feel behind, pause and ask yourself, what would my older, wiser self say to me right now? Or what would I say to my child in this moment? Not the panicked version of you, not the frustrated one, the grounded one, the wise one, the one who sees the bigger picture and cares about you. And often the answer isn't,
Try harder.
it's something like, you actually need rest right now. Let's make this simpler today instead of harder. Hey, honey, it's okay. Let's just take the next small step. Or, in the words of one of my amazing clients, it's not all or nothing, it's all or something. Because it all counts and it all adds up. When you shift to a kinder, more compassionate way of caring for yourself, things start to move. Not all at once, not perfectly, but momentum builds, and it builds much faster than when you're stuck in that push, blame, fall off track, blame some more cycle. So if you've been stuck in this start over cycle, I want you to hear this. There is nothing wrong with you. You're not lazy. You don't need more willpower. What you need is support, starting with how you treat yourself. And you might be thinking right now, okay, I get it. Self-compassion, kindness, supporting myself instead of pushing. But how do I actually do that when the critical voice is just always there? That's true. No one ever taught us how to be kind to ourselves in a way that's real or specific. And when that voice has been around for decades, it can feel impossible to know where to start. So if that's you, don't worry. I've got you. I've actually created a free 7-day self-compassion challenge to help you practice this in real life. It's completely free. I'll link the sign-up page below in the description and in the first comment. Go and grab it. And if you want to keep exploring, watch this video next, where I explain why willpower doesn't work, and I share some really powerful practical strategies to make healthy choices feel easier and more consistent. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.